Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Adriane, your quantum love coach. I'm greeting you like the last few recordings from Bali. It's evening, the curtain is closed. I'm just back from a very, very, very beautiful Christmas and Hanukkah celebration, having, been together with probably up to 100 beautiful, Bali visitors and Bali locals, just celebrating the spirit of light and global community and Christmas. And I just feel in my heart I want to share more of this spirit tonight, and sending my love, my compassion and my greetings all over the planet with this recording. And what I prepared is a little bit of a reading. This is what I love doing. I already prepared the cards for us so that it feels more like a flow, and the only cards I will add will be the beautiful Bali blessing cards, because I do send my blessings, my Christmas and my solstice blessings from Bali today. Today around noon local time was the actual solstice moment, so the sun has moved into Capricorn. We are really, in the countdown last 2 to 3 days before Christmas, and being in this culture, being in this part of the world with this enormous heat we are experiencing right now is certainly very different to what I even know from New Zealand, because when we have rainy days on New Zealand Christmas Day, then it can easily feel like, a bad winter day in Germany when the temperature drops and the rain is outside and we're getting cozy and comfortable. So sometimes, it's interesting, I hear from my family in Germany that the temperatures there are very, very similar, with like spring temperature to what we experience in the southern hemisphere. So this kind of interesting play of light today, the longest day in the southern hemisphere, the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. And what have we done? I mean, these last 6 months, my last very, very more in-depth reading, really, I was giving and reflecting on equinoxes exactly 3 months ago, and that was a very, very, very pivotal reading, which brought a lot of depth and wonderful vibration to the forefront. And I can feel that we have established some kind of arrival, that the completion is nearly there. I want to speak really for the singles in transit and those who seek something in relationship that brings renewal and a profound sense of knowing that we are on the right track. The two cards that really came about is, the first one is from the Whispers of Love Oracle, is look at your inner strengths, and the subtitle is you are stronger than you realize. And I have to say, my own story and also the journey of my clients and those I have witnessed, these last 3 months have been incredibly profound, and it demanded from many of us, and those who really consciously seek this path of being in relationships and manifesting relationships that matter, that count, and also those who left relationships. I have supported in the last few months a very, very beautiful dear friend and companion here in Bali. She is a woman who is young and talented and intelligent and mother of 2 children, and she decided to file her divorce with the high risk of losing both her children. And the amazing thing I witnessed, as being her coach and her friend and her spiritual sister on the side, that the resources she applied from a place of utter determination that she would win this battle, and she did. So very, very similar to my very own divorce legalization last month in November, just I think 2 weeks before my very own divorce was legalized. She won in court the battle to win her 2 children on her side as full custodial. She got, you know, what belongs to her in the property aspect of this marriage, and she secured the future of her children, which is in Balinese and Indonesian and often in these, you know, Eastern cultures an absolute miracle. And I feel that this kind of situation, having observed that, represents a lot of energy of other people I have listened to, heard stories, and my very own clients who really put it all together to make the next step happen, and then to develop a certain, you know, clarity. I think clarity is a wonderful word. Now, the beauty coming with this is enormously powerful. I think the natural beauty, just even, you know, allowing this beauty to exist, also to look around and see the beautiful things we have already established. When we are struggling so much, when we are in this power trip of putting our energy together and, you know, fighting through life with this idea of, you know, we have to succeed because it's ultimately not just about us, but it's about other people we love and we want to have a great life with, then that's, you know, to not forget that beauty is such an incredible aspect of that whole package. To see the beauty within us, to acknowledge the beauty in other people, to use the love language of words of affirmation to tell your beloveds and your loved ones every day how much you care about them, how beautiful they are to you, and how much more you want to help them to embrace the beauty of everything in the world. And right now, in this very moment, the cards that appeared for us are, you know, the practicing compassion. And with tonight's event, just having come from this beautiful celebration of Christmas and Jewish, you know, tradition, I can see that, you know, being compassionate about the fact that every single one of us in the room came from different nationalities and from different cultures, and that probably 90% of us knew that there's family overseas and knew that there are other people in other parts of the world really caring about us and missing us in this very time. And yes, there's a hunger for love, there's a hunger for forgiveness, there's a hunger for unconditional acceptance, and ultimately for fulfillment of this greater vision we want to establish. And solstice is this kind of energy, particularly the 21st of December, 22nd of December of each year, where I find it's like a portal, it's like a spiritual portal. Yeah, there's the 12-12 portal, and yeah, we have every month these kind of numerology openings that bring new dynamics into force. But this year it's particular strong, because we are moving from 2019, which seems some sort of coming to a closure, into a new decade, and it's 2020. It feels like a wonderful shift into something that we want to embrace with much greater awareness. And the card that came for this is the physical touch, and I can see how this really fits in, because it's highly underrated what physical touch can actually do to us and what it means for so many who do not have it on a regular basis. A tender touch can mean so much, and that's true. And you know, the abundance that comes with this, when we just have the awareness that being in this physical, emotional and spiritual connection with someone we really love, how everything changes, how our inner world suddenly reflects to an outer world we can embrace with all the beauty and all the fulfillment and all the abundance we truly, truly deserve. And that brings me to the wonderful blessings, the BALI blessings I want to send for this solstice and this Christmas to all of you all over the planet. And let me just be spontaneous here now, because these are the cards I did not have prepared for us. I just wanted to play that by ear. And the first one that comes up is forgiveness. And see, that's a word I just a few minutes ago mentioned. Let's put the forgiveness really as part of the past closure, the completion, and make this day, this wonderful day of solstice, a day we can allow this forgiveness to be absolutely, absolutely alive. And in this very moment, the next card that comes is brotherhood. And I want to say it's not just the masculine energy, but it's also the feminine energy, brother and sisterhood. Yeah, with this compassion, you know, practicing compassion for one another, comes this beautiful awareness that sisterhood and brotherhood is something so amazing and something so nourishing and, you know, supportive. I guess it just carries us when we know that there is a collective consciousness of those we can dialogue with and share our deepest dreams. And the last card that comes is gentleness, and how beautiful does the gentleness work together with the physical touch. You know, we want to be gentle about our physical, sensual, sexual, and ultimately, you know, intimate needs. It's not even about, you know, being very passionate and loud and open. It's also letting our heart speak and being gentle in our inner self, letting this voice speak and letting this voice being listened to, that graves and, you know, lifts the hunger for this fulfillment of being in company of someone who is really, really understanding and present and available to share a beautiful journey. And if you are alone this Christmas, then no, you are not alone. For me, it will be a first Christmas in a long, long time where I'll really be away from all family and my closest friends. And being in Bali is a wonderful opportunity for me to exercise something I practice all year, to be comfortable in this content seeking of my very own truth and seeking my very own deep sense of, you know, sovereignty, and knowing that ultimately the divine, the higher forces, the angelic realm, you know, the spiritual support teams, and on that earth, Gaia, this mother is holding space for everything and everybody and everyone, and particularly in awareness, ourselves, to just be the beings we are destined to be. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you found some, you know, inspiration in my words and in my, you know, expression of love and compassion to you and to the world and to all of you who are seeking relationships that are meaningful and fulfilling. And if you are on a journey as a lover in transit and you would like to know more about, you know, how you can speed the process up in really finding those answers that sometimes are not as easy to find ourselves. Even I, as coach, reach out for supervision and guidance at times, because, you know, our very own intuition can blind us and play tricks. So we want to be really, really open to the conversation with other people who have the ability and the knowledge and, you know, the expertise to reflect on our very, very own inner energy. So all my details are in the description box below. Subscribe to my channel, go on our website, 2020 will be an amazing year with lots of wonderful events. I will will be held here in Bali, as well as in New Zealand, Australia, and in the middle of the year in Europe. So look out for the dates on my website. Otherwise, you will always have news coming from me on this channel. So stay attuned and stay in contact. I love to get to know you one-to-one if that's what you seek at this time of your life, okay? Thank you. All the best. A very happy, very, very joyous Christmas, and may this solstice bring a lot of, clarity and wonderful, knowledge and awareness into your higher being. Namaste.